Well, today we're fortunate All American Trucks, which is the major importer of North American built pickup trucks. They import over 45 models of the whole United States build, have donated their first unit for us to use as a display today to show everybody how showing off and the sail spinner works. We'll just open the door here in a minute and we'll just go through the operating procedures, the safety features and the whole operation of the machine. Well, here we go. We're just going to have a look at how you operate the sail spinner. I'll just open the main door. And here we've got a lock that just locks it back. That lock's chained so nobody can lose it, and it's always going to be there and retained. Okay, we're just looking here at the safety procedures and the how to load a vehicle, how to unload a vehicle. It's all labelled out here, all the steps, the procedure to load, procedures 1 to 14, and then down here we've got procedure to unload the spinner. Here we have all the safety interlocks on the machine, so nobody at any time can cause any damage to the machine throughout the operation of it, because if you don't do something, the safety interlock will stop the procedure until you get back on track by looking at the procedures. So we've got if there's low air, it'll interlock. If the ram that activates the locking post has it's got its interlocks. Then down here it's got instructions how to lower the hoist after it's up in the air. Here we've got the air tower locks, which are in each tower. When you have to raise the machine, you hold the air lock over like that and it pushes the air locks out. And also when you've got to lower the machine, you have to raise it slightly and then you click them out and then you lower it all the way down. This part here is the safety locking post, which is located just over here. And this lever here operates the and just note the red flap safety manual interlocks. So if that's down, you cannot take the ramps out and load the machine without the locking pin in. And I'll just raise it again to show this feature. See how the flaps go down, then the ramps are accessible because the locking pin is located. That is what we call a mechanical interlock. It's one that's fail-proof, as well as we've got 3 interlocks here. Then also down here we have a height spinner interlock. So when the machine is at its full height where it is able to spin, it has to be right here at that point before the spinner will engage. So it can't engage when you're halfway up or anywhere else until that limit switch is right up here. And that's what you call another electrical interlock. So we've got 4 interlocks and 1 mechanical interlock on the machine. We're going through the loading procedure at the moment. We have already opened the front access door and locked it back with the door locks. And we'll get my assistant in the back there because it's always a 2-man operation to load a vehicle and unload a vehicle. He is going to unlock the door at the back and then he will use the door lock and lock it back as we have done at the front. And this permits us to load vehicles that are longer or objects longer than what the platform is here of the sail spinner. And then we'll roll out the ramps and put the ramps in position. The ramps have rollers underneath them to make it very easy to roll out and roll onto the tarmac, and then we just lift them up into position. We'll just demonstrate that now. Releasing the ramp pin so we can access the ramps that are on rollers, and it just goes there on the chain, and now we are ready to roll the ramp out on the rollers. See how easy this comes out? Okay, now we have, with my assistant and I, the ramps in place. We are ready to load the display. The locking post is in, of course, to get the ramps down. So then we are going to drive a vehicle up on here or a display, and we'll raise it with the hoist raise when we get it right up, and we'll store these ramps, of course, before that. Then we'll go through the which way we want to spin. We can spin to either left or right, so it's anti-clockwise or clockwise. Then we set the rotation speed. The rotation speed is 0 to 2 revs per minute. We've got it set for a maximum of 2 revs per minute, and that is very, very comfortable and very smart. We've got tie down points on the sail spinner here, so if we want to tie down as well as use the vehicle locks, it makes it 100% safe. This sail spinner is rated at 100-mile-an-hour winds when it is fitted with the straps, and the whole unit is engineered, certified and workplace health and safety approved. We have loaded the Dodge Ram onto the sail spinner. We have put the safety straps on front and rear and located it, also the brake on and in park. We'll raise it with the hoist raise while we hold the hoist tower releases all the way up to the spinning position. Then we will determine whether we spin it right or left, and then we will alter the rotation speed. So here we go, we'll raise it now. Now we're at full height. We will lower and level the machine down to where these stripes are all around the 4 hoist posts. Let's lower it now, and it will settle the machine in the spin position, just right there. We now can see they're all in the spin position. So now I'll get my assistant and we will lock the doors. Right, now we have the back door shut. We're now ready to spin the spinner. So in order to do that with the interlocks, we have to remove the locking post so the spinner will work. I will just put it into release mode here, and the post will come out. And now we are in the spin mode. So we're okay to engage the spin. I'll spin it to the left. So here we go. Now the spinner is all set and spinning. My assistant is just shutting the front door, and we're in operation. We're set at 2 revs per minute with that 3.25 tonne Dodge Ram 1500 spinning. Okay, now we're finished spinning this vehicle. We want to change the display. I'm going to show you the unloading procedure. I'll put the door lock in. I'll slow the speed down. Rotation speed, I'll change that down, it's going right back to 0. Now we just edge around. I'm just edging around ever so slowly. Okay, now that's in line. I'll put the locking pin in. And the spinner is stopped. Now we're going to raise the hoist, and then we will lower it completely, and then we will unload it using the ramps. So to do that, to start with, we use the hoist raise position with the air towers in release, and we raise, and you can hear the air towers click out, all 4 of them. So now they're all clicked out. We will do the lowering position using the lowering lever whilst we hold the tower release in release. So the locks are all released, so we can just come down here now. We don't have to open the front door because this vehicle is on top of the spinner and doesn't exceed its boundaries. Okay, now I will release the straps. Okay, now that we've unsecured all the straps, the last stage in unloading, we've got to release the locking pins of the ramp. We will roll the ramps out and reposition the ramps on both sides, and then we'll back the vehicle off the display.